Here is how to draft out a notched collar jacket. You're going to first of all draft out the back. So here is my back pattern, and the depth of the neckline is 1 inch by 3 inches, and you can see I'm having a shoulder dart right there. Now after drafting out the back, we are going to move over to the front because that is the most important part. So here is the front block. First of all, from the center fold, I marked in 6 inches, as you can see. And after that, I made use of a straight ruler to connect the points together. Now, after this, from the upper part of my paper, I'll be coming down by 4.5 inches, okay? Now, I'm going to draw it horizontally, and from there, I will start inputting my shoulder divided by 2. And after that, I'll mark my shoulder slope of 1.5 inches for the front. And then the neck width is 3 inches. The neck depth is 4 inches. That is what I used. I made use of my curved ruler to connect the neckline and the shoulder, and here I am done inputting all my darts. I'm trying to mark out my bust dart right now. The bust dart is the difference between the front length and the back length, okay? Your shoulder to waist length, and yeah, that is it. Now I'm trying to divide the shoulder into 2. After dividing it, I'll connect it back to the bust point line. Okay, and you can see I'm trying to use my curve because you don't want to leave it into a straight line. You don't want any form of sharp curve around that place. Okay, now I'm going to determine my break points, and I want it to be on the waist. Anywhere you want it to be, you're going to mark it out right there, and you're going to mark it down to the full length of your blazer. So I marked out 1 inch and then connected it to the full length of my blazer. Now I'm going to connect it back to the neck width, just like this. Can you see what I'm doing? Now after marking this, I'll connect it to the break points. Now I'm going to bring in my back. This is why you need to draft out your back first, and I'm going to measure the round neckline. Okay, so after measuring it, whatever I have, I'm going to extend my front neckline with that. Okay, so right there I have 4 inches, right? Now I'm going to extend it by 4 inches, as you can see, and then I'm going to connect it back to the neck width like this. Now after that, I'm going to go out by 0.25 inch, and then I'm going to connect it back to the neck width. Okay, now after that, I'm going to cancel out this part because it's no more needed. Now I'm going to determine the wideness of my collar. Okay, so however you want it, how wide you want it, it is now you're going to determine that. So I made use of 4.5 inches and then connected it back like this. Now after this, I'm going to extend from this line with about 3 to 2.5 inches. So I used 2.5 inches right there. And now after this, from this area, I'm going to go in by 1 inch to 1.5 inches. Okay, it all depends on what you want. And now I'm going to go up by half an inch and then connect it like this. Can you see? So I made use of 1 inch instead of half an inch because I want the space to be a little bit prominent. Okay, and then I connected it back to my collar width. Can you see? And that is that. Now I'm going to connect it back to the break points like this. But then I don't want to make use of a straight ruler. If you want to make use of a straight ruler, you can go ahead. So I slightly curved it into the break points, and you guys, this is how to draft out your notched collar jacket. This is it for my back. Now I'm going to tighten the back, okay, with half an inch. After doing that on the waistline, I went down by 6 inches, connected to the chest line and down to the 6 inches mark, just like this. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it out. And this is exactly how to cut out your notched collar jacket. It is that simple. So I'm going to cut out the full length and then cut this part out. Now I'm going to slash my princess line, and then as well cut out my darts. Now this is it for the back. So I have my center back and side back. Now here is my collar. Do not forget to label. Okay, so I'm going to start to cut out through my collar. Can you see what I'm doing? Now after cutting out my collar, I'm going to cut out the remaining part of the jacket. So I started off from the shoulder and then to my lapel. Can you see? into my lapel, and yeah, to the full jacket length. And now I'm going to cut out my princess line. Now you're going to have to close up your bust darts, please do not forget that. Okay, so first of all, let me cut out my darts. After cutting out my darts, now I will go ahead and close up my bust darts, okay, so that the length of the back and the front will be the same. Okay, so after you are done doing that, go ahead and blend it up and you cut it out. So here is my front block, and I also have my back block. This is exactly how to cut out your notch collar jacket. I hope this helps someone out there.